This is David.
Hi, David.
How are you, Jeff?
I am doing well. What are you playing?
This is
Also, who are you?
I am somebody wearing the dragon stuff.
Yes. And you're also using the best item,
Yes.
the best weapon in the DLCs of Dark Souls 2.
Right. Now, this is me realizing you can't actually hit that with any of the things I'm trying. So this is
Good
me,
effort, though.
This is me playing around with editing and recording software.
Yeah. That's a nice little...
Yeah.
Yeah, nice little groove in the background.
Just,
very nice.
just very short. And this is me realizing, hey, I need a bow. And then realizing
Oh, you found a plus 10 bow right there?
I found a plus 10 bow right there. And then I realized I also need arrows. I forgot that I had arrows. So I just made an offering by leaving a soul.
Of
and
course.
a large soul nets you a bundle of 99 iron arrows.
That's weird.
That's
pretty
weird.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, this is another perfectly legitimate character because when my computer died, I lost my last perfectly legitimate character.
Oh, sad.
So this is just a brief kind of run through of the Sunken King DLC, just stuff that I thought was fun. This is what makes the Bone Fist great, is the jump kick and almost
Bone
killing
Fist is
myself.
so good.
Yes.
I mean, jump kick, Hadouken.
It's all great.
There's so many unique animations.
This is me forgetting how to get that item.
You died.
I did, and there goes like 100 million souls or however many
Oh, no.
I had.
How are you going to get them back?
I don't know.
It must have taken so long.
It did. It took forever. So this is...
There's a poison dragon.
There's a poison dragon with poison flame. We will not be seeing said poison dragon with poison flame this episode. This is me forgetting that I can't block with the Bone Fist. But
Very good.
Luckily, I have my perfectly legitimate health and stamina bar.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll notice that I have the bright bug glow, and you'll also notice that it never goes away.
That's just because you're so legit.
Yes. Too legit to quit. That's my favorite thing the Bone Fist does, other than the Hadouken, is that when you hit with a second hit, it just sends them flying. This is for...
You still managed to get backstabbed by that Forlorn.
Yeah, and the Forlorn just pops up in a couple of random places. It's not the same every time. Because I ran through this area with a few characters. Yeah, you don't automatically reorient after a roll. Heads up. But the Bone Fist, you get one of them per playthrough, and it is when paired with another fist weapon, you get the Hadouken when you're power stancing. It generally drains a lot of durability off of the Bone Fist, but not now.
But as you can see here, because of your expert playing, it's like you're not even using stamina at all.
Right. That's correct.
It's because of all that training.
Yes. Hundreds of hours just into this point.
100 push-ups, 100 pull-ups, run 100 miles. No,
it's run a kilometer. Run a kilometer.
Yeah, run a kilometer every day.
Yep. Now, I saw Jester Thomas was like, we're going to have a shoot-off.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Jester Thomas is still better at this.
Well, the Hadouken actually comes out really fast. And
also, this is a little bit closer to fair because he also has infinite.
And then the fact that I ran through the previous area starts to bite me. Because those guys aggro for a long time. And we'll see a little bit more of those guys a tiny bit later. Actually, no, I completely cut that out. Never mind.
Never mind.
Never mind. That part was boring. But you can't really kill them yet. You have to do some other stuff to kill them. They're an annoying enemy that's kind of fun to deal with. They're also super suicidal over pits because they have a jumping attack. And I've run through a room and had them all kill themselves before I could kill them because they ran through the pits. Now, fun fact, I don't know if this was a point of my strategy or not, but I didn't actually have the Dragonstone in my inventory when that happened. And that wasn't me haha, legitimizing the run or whatever. I literally just didn't have it in my inventory, but they let me use it anyway.
Okay.
Because with this character, I went and grabbed it after this, and so I don't know. I just don't know. And this little tidbit is in there in case you fall down this big hole thing to get to where we're heading, the source of that voice. And you're like, well, I guess I have to run from the dragon butt area again to get here. No, there's a bonfire just right here.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think I found this one for a while.
Yeah.
I think I did get a hint on that one.
Yeah. So here we are. We're about to fight the first boss of the DLC. A boss fight that panicked me like nobody's business the first time I fought it.
Yeah, it's there's a very obvious gimmick that makes it very
hard.
very hard.
But it's a really cool character design. I like Elana a lot as far as just looks go.
It's another one of the sort of Sisters of Dark.
Right. Whereas in the last one was helpful, this one is trying to kill us.
That's true. I guess there's also the one that's in the main game, so...
Well, that's true.
That one was not really... It was kind of helpful, not really, and then also wanted to kill you.
Yeah, just in the end. Now, the thing to notice about Elana is that all of her spells have specific audio cues, and there's a reason for that. It's because she summons Velstadt.
She can, anyways.
Yes, and I had originally thought it was an HP thing that determined whether or not she summoned Velstadt. Nope, she can do it just whenever.
Yep. Yeah, this kind of makes the fight actually extremely annoying. Like, a lot annoying.
So, you'll see...
very, very, very frustrating. Because as we've discussed in previous videos,
right,
Dark Souls is not really a multi-target game. It's
Right.
definitely not the best when it's doing that.
I will say, however, something they did that did make it, well, not that, but something that made it a little bit more fair is, and this is something that happens a little bit later, when Velstadt is out, she does not really teleport and try to do melee attacks and stuff like that. She generally just hangs back and launches spells. Those are the words I was looking for. She hangs back and launches spells. And
yeah, there are the gold skeletons, which is the other thing that can pop out.
Those are actually a little bit more annoying, I found. Also, I wasn't sure if this is... Oh, yeah, that does hurt you. The jump...
Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt you.
Right.
But, yeah.
The thing is, with Velstadt, he doesn't use any of his spells, or he doesn't power up. He has less range than his full-size counterpart. So, if you're paying attention to the audio cues, you can actually keep her completely off the screen and dodge her attacks just on the audio cues, and then just fight Velstadt. As long as you stay away from her, she's not going to take swipes at you, so for the most part, it's fine. You'll notice she has almost no health. This was me seeing if I could actually do the thing I just said out loud.
See if the answer is yes.
Yes. And as it turns out, so this is better than the double cat fight. Because...
Sure, yeah. Double cat fight is just terrible.
It's trash. Because, so you'll see, she was on the screen, so she tried for a melee attack. Now, I might just be completely talking on my butt, and I just didn't notice things properly. But for the most part, if you're away from her, she doesn't try to do the melee, and she just does spells. So, this
well, I mean, but that's true of all bosses. They have AI based on range.
Right. But what I'm saying specifically is because Velstadt always tries to close, and because Elana is actually relatively slow to react to you getting near her, it's nowhere near as terrible as I initially thought it was. It's still not great, but you can also kill her without her ever summoning Velstadt.
Yeah, that's true. You can also get lucky, and she just doesn't summon Velstadt when she does summon something. Right, she just summons the skeletons. I was also waiting to see in this fight if she would summon a second Velstadt, just to see. I
she
assume
doesn't.
that the answer is no.
No, she does not. It's
Thankfully.
just one Velstadt at a time, which makes sense. I do like the different colors on this Velstadt, just because he's like monochrome and shiny. I don't know if there's an actual lore reason for this, or if they're just like, hey, we just need you to fight someone as well.
Yeah.
But I got pegged there.
Yeah, I don't know why Velset would be here.
So
there probably is some lore video of someone explaining that. But.
Right. Well, that was Elana, the Squalid Queen.
That's a relief.
Puns were last episode, Jeff. Of the Dark Souls 3.
No. Puns are life, David.
Fair. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay. We'll go with that. So that was the first boss of the Sunken King DLC. I am actually not a huge fan of the Sunken King DLC overall, just because it has a really cool boss fight and has a bunch of really awesome set pieces. But just the way it's laid out, my brain has a hard time parsing where everything is because it's all gray stone.
It's also it's very green and poisony.
Yeah, which is it's honestly fine that it's green and poisony. That's not the end of the world. It's just that when I'm trying to remember where things are, it's like, oh, it's in the giant stone pyramid. No, it's in the other giant stone pyramid. No, you have to fall down that hole. Don't fall down that hole. So, like, after running through the DLC a couple of times, I was like, okay, now I remember where everything is. But to be honest, if I hadn't just been watching Distortion 2 do, like, joke speedruns of Dark Souls 2, I wouldn't remember where a lot of stuff was. The Scholar of the First Sin doesn't really rearrange anything for the DLCs, just because why would it? Because the DLCs were added in tandem with Scholar of the First Sin, right?
No.
DLCs
came out, and then the Scholar of the First Sin edition came out, which was the PC, Xbox One, and PS4 version of the game, and that's what had all the rearranged.
Okay, so they just didn't rearrange the DLCs just cause, or did they? No, I guess they did rearrange the DLCs, and I didn't notice too much because I think Forlorn was new. Yeah,
Forlorn is for Scholar.
Okay,
I couldn't tell you if there was different enemy placements in the DLCs. I know for sure that they're different in the main game.
Right. Well, that's because we both played a lot of the main game.
Yeah.
So
And it also, and Scholar of the First Sin, you have to go and find the keys
to
the DLCs, which actually makes the speedrun very different. So.
Which is why most people don't speedrun Scholar of the First Sin, because they're like, why would we just want it to be longer? Which
Dark Souls 2 is a long game.
It is. Just comparing speedruns, it's a much longer game. Doing the glitchless routes, not counting like, all right, so I did a roll here and I fell through the floor and then I loaded my save as soon as I died and now I'm in the last area of the game or of this world.
But also that's Demon Souls speedruns too.
Well, that's what I was referencing was the skip to Storm King because you never fight the lost hero ever. You just don't.
But you can do that going down the mines too,
right, to get to the back end of Armor Spider, or skip Armor Spider if you feel like it.
Sure.
Go straight to Flame Lurker.
Good times.
That's neither here nor there. I will say, aesthetically, even though it is samey, I really like the look of a bunch of the areas in the Sunken King DLC. It's not as pretty as Ilium Lois, but it does have very much a, well, everything's gone bad kind of vibe to it that I really appreciate.
Yeah, I like the layout. It's the actual layout of the level inside the and the different lifts that go up and down, and their version of their shanty town, which is more like stone, like green stone and stuff. It's just really cool. And also just Shulva in general, when you first see it, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I like Sunken King. I like all of the DLCs.
They're all very good. When I say I didn't like it as much, I'm just in comparison to the other two. Though Sunken King, part of that is just colored by the fact that I started playing Sunken King when it first came out after I had played a fair amount of Dark Souls 2, after I had played a fair amount of Dark Souls 1, and I was just like, maybe I just don't want to play anymore. And then Sunken King happened, and I played more of it. And then Iron King happened, and I was like, all right, this is actually pretty good. And then Ilium Lois happened, and I was like, this is the best. This is so pretty. I love this. But if you like this video and you like us, we hope you like us.
Do I do this if you're talking?
I mean, you can. Do you want to do the pitch?
Is that sure? Yes. Okay. If you enjoyed this video and other videos that we make on this channel, you can support us monthly through donating to our Patreon. Let's say contributing to the Patreon.
Right.
It's not really a donation thing. We don't have that set up through the Patreon. You just give a certain amount each month, and then we can use that to get a reliable source of income. The idea of eventually doing it as a full-time job.
Right.
Not there yet, but every little bit counts. Even if you want to do like $1 a month, that'd be awesome.
That's... Huh? I knew... Okay. Woo! It... I feel like we've lost the plot a bit. So if you like us, feel free to give us money. We would very much appreciate it, and we can do more often.
Yep. And we will keep doing these perfectly legitimate boss runs.
Yep.
Because doing SL1 runs for all 39, 35, 47, 86 bosses in Dark Souls 2.
Yeah.
Broke me a little bit.
Just a tiny bit. Just a little broken Jeffy. Just a little broken Jeffy.
Just a tiny little broken Jeffy. Spin around.
Yeah. I was just, real talk, I was surprised that it was Pontiff Sullivan that broke it. I really thought it was just going to be Dark Souls.
I was talking about Dark Souls 2.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't even talking about Dark Souls 3. But yeah, Pontiff Sullivan is just like, nah, I just can't. I just don't want to. It's just, nah. It's just gonna make me not want to play at like ever. So
right. Though the Dark Lurker fight was stupid.
It was stupid, but it was successful, and never again.
Never again. Dark Souls.
But there's plenty of room for legitimate runs, though.
There's plenty of room, and in fact,
like you didn't even get hit at all in this boss fight.
I had full health. It was great.
You went in with full health. You ended with full health. You didn't use any healing items.
I didn't use any stamina.
True. You didn't use. Yep. You started and ended with a full stamina bar,
and it never went down.
Never went down once.
So join us next time when we tackle one of my favorite bosses as far as aesthetic goes in the whole game.
Then you will be the scholar of the first sin.
Oh, I get it. Because the dragon's name is Sin. All right, I'm going to start recording now.